All right, we'll cover antifreezing the unit now. So in the wintertime, if there is a risk of freezing, you want to antifreeze it. Antifreeze is cheap, pumps are not. So it takes 5 minutes to antifreeze it, probably less. We'll cover that real quick for you here. So right now, we've actually still got water in the tanks. So the first thing I would do is I would drain my tanks out. Do that with this hand wheel valve right here. Drain your tanks out. That will drain both tanks, and then you've got some spigots here on the back of each tank that'll drain the back side of those tanks out. You drain your tanks out. This valve right here, it's a three-way valve, and you've got a sticker right here. A little arrow right there shows you which direction your flow is coming from. Right now it's in water. We go to antifreeze it. We'll flip it up. There's off, and right now antifreeze. So we're sucking antifreeze out of our reservoir right here. Propylene glycol antifreeze, RV antifreeze. In a pinch, I've even used windshield washer fluid. Georgia, we're probably okay. RV antifreeze or environmentally friendly antifreeze would be best though. So we switch it to our antifreeze mode here. Now when I turn my pump on, I'm going to draw antifreeze out of this tank into the pump and out of my system here. We haven't drained our tanks yet. We've still got water in them for this purpose. So I can just flip my pump on right now and antifreeze will come out. If my tanks are empty, there's a low water shutdown switch on this machine so that you don't run your pumps dry. So if your water tanks are empty, that switch is going to kick in and prevent your pump from running. In that case, what you've got to do is when you go to antifreeze it, you've got your engine running obviously, you turn your pump on, your tanks are empty, nothing will come out until you hold this switch right here. This is your bypass switch. This will cause the pump to run even though your water tanks are empty. For this purpose right here, we won't be using this because our tanks are not empty, but that's what this switch is here for. Okay. So to antifreeze it, I've got my lever hooked on antifreeze. We'll go ahead and start it up, and I'll run my pump until I get antifreeze coming out of here. Once I see the antifreeze coming out, I'm going to shut it off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook my hose up to my digging tool. And with my hose hooked up and with my trigger off, I'll run my pump for about 3 seconds. And what that is going to do, that's going to antifreeze this section of your system right here, from your relief valve to your tank. If you forget that, if you don't do that little step, then this portion remains with water in it, doesn't get antifreezed. So we'll fire it up here and do this real quick. I'm on antifreeze. And if you watch right here, this will fill up with antifreeze. I'll run the pump for about 3 seconds, and this will fill up with antifreeze. So that antifreeze is this line right here. You can tell it's blue, it's got the antifreeze in it. So our entire system is antifreezed. Take my pressure off. That also forces antifreeze down into that nozzle down there, so you won't break that. Now your system's antifreezed. You can leave it out in the cold weather. Nothing's going to get damaged.
Got you.